Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we will learn about psychologists and their functions. What do psychologists do? If you like my video, please subscribe my channel and never forget to press bell icon button so that you may receive my new videos on daily basis. Without wasting time, let's start. My dear friends, you know that the world is full of problems. Everybody is facing different kind of problems. The problems include anxiety, depression, sexual dysfunctions, loss of goals, adjustment problems, social issues, family problems, emotional disturbances, learning problem, personality problem, developmental problem, educational problem, health problem, performance problem, and environmental problem, and many more. And the people from all over the world are suffering from any kind of mentioned problems. And because of these problems, the life of man has become very worst. So there's need of the solution of these problems to make life better. Actually, medicine cannot cure these problems. There is need to consult with the psychologist according to the problem man is facing. So friends, there are different kind of psychologists who functions differently. These psychologists include clinical psychologist, counseling psychologist, school psychologist, educational psychologist, developmental psychologist, personality psychologist, social psychologist, industrial psychologist, organizational psychologist, health psychologist, sports psychologist, environmental psychologist, etc. Each psychologist is a specialist in his own field. So, friends, we will define each psychologist one by one. What do psychologists do? Actually, psychologists engage in research and practice. Research can be pure or applied. Basic or pure research has no immediate applications. Applied research seeks solutions to specific problems. Psychologists specialize in various fields. Number one, clinical psychologist. They help people with psychological disorders adjust to the demands of life. People's problems may range from anxiety and depression to sexual dysfunctions to loss of goals. Clinical psychologists evaluate these problems through interviews and psychological tests. They help their clients resolve their problems and change self defeating behavior. Clinical psychologists are the largest subgroup of psychologists. These psychologists differ from psychiatrists in that psychiatrists are medical doctors who specialize in the study and treatment of psychological disorders. Number two, counseling psychologists. They use interviews and tests to define their clients' problems. Their clients typically have adjustment problems but not serious psychological disorders. Clients may have trouble making academic or vocational decisions or making friends in college. They may experience marital or family conflicts, have physical disabilities, or have adjustment problems such as those encountered by people who lost their jobs because of mergers or downsizing. Counseling psychologists advise clients to help them clarify their goals and overcome obstacles. Counseling psychologists are often employed in college and university counseling and testing centers. Number 3, school psychologists. They are employed by school systems to identify and assess students who have problems that interfere with learning. Such problems range from social and family problems to emotional disturbances and learning disorders. They help school make decisions about the placement of students in special classes. Number 4, educational psychologists. They also attempt to facilitate learning, but they usually focus on course planning and instructional methods for a school system rather than on individual children. Educational psychologists research theoretical issues related to learning, measurement, and child development. For example, they study how learning is affected by psychological factors such as motivation and intelligence, social, cultural factors such as poverty and acculturation, and teacher behavior. Some educational psychologists prepare standardized tests such as scholastic assessment tests. Number 5, developmental psychologist. They study the changes physical, cognitive, social, and personality that occur throughout the lifespan. They attempt to sort out the influences of heredity and the environment on development. Developmental psychologists conduct research on issues such as the effects of maternal use of drugs on an embryo, the outcomes of various patterns of child rearing, children's concepts of space and time, conflicts during adolescence, and problems of adjustment among older people. Number 6, personality psychologists. They attempt to define human traits, to determine influences on human thought processes, feelings, and behavior, and to explain psychological disorders. They are particularly concerned with issues such as anxiety, aggression, and gender roles. Number 7, social psychologists. They are primarily concerned with the nature and cause of individuals' thoughts, feelings, and behavior in social situations, whereas personality psychologists tend to look within the person for explanations of behavior. Social psychologists tend to focus on external or social influences. Psychologists in all specialties may conduct experiments. However, those called experimental psychologists specialize in basic processes such as the nervous system, sensation and perception, learning and memory, thought, motivation, and emotion. Industrial psychology and organizational psychology are closely related fields. Industrial psychologists focus on the relationship between people and the work. Organizational psychologists study the behavior of people in organizations such as businesses. Human factors psychologists make technical systems such as automobile dashboards and computer keyboards more user friendly. Consumer psychologists study the behavior of shoppers in an effort to predict and influence their behavior. They advise store managers how to lay out the aisles of a supermarket in ways that boost impulse buying, how to arrange window displays to attract customers, and how to make newspaper ads and TV commercials more persuasive. Health psychologists examine the ways in which behavior and mental processes such as attitudes are related to physical health. They study the effects of stress on health problems such as headaches, cardiovascular disease, and cancer. Health psychologists also guide clients toward healthier behavioral patterns such as exercising and quitting smoking and diets. Environmental psychologists focus on ways in which people affect and are affected by their physical environment. Sports psychologists help people improve their performance in sports. Many teams have psychologists as well as coaches. Sports psychologists deal with issues such as how athletes can concentrate on their performance and not on the crowd. How athletes can use cognitive strategies such as positive visualization to enhance performance. The role of emotions in sports, for example, does it help or hurt performance to become angry with one's opponent? The relationships between sports and psychological well being, handling choking up because of anxiety. Psychologists continue to apply their knowledge and skills in new eras. So, friends, these are the psychologists who perform their duties differently in their own fields. If somebody is facing any kind of the mentioned problem, he must consult with the psychologist according to his field. I hope you will like my video. Goodbye.